for it.
Like, I'm 100% like aware. I know when I went too far with things, like, and it's like shameful. It's like, really, Marina, like that was ridiculous. So like, for example, the Caitlyn thing, like when the play was over and everyone was like, that was obvious that my emotions of us losing and losing and losing, and then
so your emotions, you're not able to control yourself like a grown-up. You're not able to control yourself. Y'all losing and losing and losing and losing. Go and win some damn games then. Don't try to take it out and target Caitlin Clark because your ass can't win a game. What are we talking about here?
So,
ladies and gentlemen, lean in, turn up the volume, and get comfortable. Because today marks the end of the gaslighting. Today marks the end of the narrative that Caitlin Clark fans were delusional, or soft, or didn't understand the physicality of the WNBA. For an entire year, we have watched a systematic, coordinated, and frankly brutal campaign of physical and mental warfare waged against a 22-year-old rookie. We saw the blindside hits, we saw the shoves after the whistle, we saw the hip checks that sent her flying into the stands. And every single time we called it out, every time we posted the clips, the mainstream media and the WNBA old guard told us we were crazy. They told us, it's just basketball. Welcome to the league, rookie. But today, the receipts have finally been cashed. We have the ultimate confession. Marina Mabrey, one of the primary enforcers of the anti-Caitlyn agenda, a player known for her edge and her aggression, just sat down on Sue Bird's podcast and admitted the truth that the WNBA league office tried to bury. She admitted she went too far. She admitted her actions were shameful, and most importantly, she admitted that the reason she targeted Caitlin Clark had absolutely nothing to do with a basketball play, nothing to do with defense, and everything to do with her own toxic jealousy and the pure unadulterated frustration of losing to a rookie who was better than her. We need to dissect this confession word for word because it is a window into the dark soul of the WNBA's resentment problem. Marina Mabrey explicitly stated, "I know when I went too far with things, it's like shameful. That was ridiculous." She was referring specifically to what she calls the Caitlyn thing. You remember the play? The ball is dead, the whistle has blown, the play is over, and Marina Mabrey launches her body into Caitlin Clark, shoving her with enough force to send a message to the entire arena. At the time, the referees in their infinite incompetence didn't even eject her. They didn't suspend her. They treated it like a common foul. But Marina just told us the truth. It was a crash out.
And on the flip side, like when we were in Indiana and it was everyone's booing us, like it feels like shit. We end up losing by like 25, and it's like, Marina, that's your fault, buddy. Like, you can't do that. So
she admitted that the emotions of us losing and losing and losing drove her to a breaking point. But then she said the quiet part out loud. She said she felt like Caitlyn was low-key punking her team. Think about the psychology of that admission for a second. This is a grown woman, a professional athlete with years of experience, admitting that she physically lashed out because a rookie from Iowa was punking her. In the real world, punking just means outplaying. It means Caitlyn was hitting logo threes. It means Caitlyn was dishing out assists that Marina couldn't stop. It means Caitlyn was talking trash and backing it up. And instead of responding by playing better defense, instead of responding by scoring more points, Marina Mabrey decided to respond with violence. The host of the video we are discussing hits the nail on the head when he says, "You're not able to control yourself like a grown-up, go and win some games then, don't take it out on Caitlyn." And he is 100% right. This confession proves that the old guard wasn't welcoming Caitlyn to the league with toughness. They were trying to break her because they couldn't beat her. The frustration of being blown out by 25 points in Indiana, of hearing 17,000 fans boo you while they worship the girl you're trying to bully, that broke Marina Mabrey. She admitted it felt like shut, and instead of looking in the mirror and asking, "Why are we losing?" she looked for a target. And that target was the girl with the ponytail who was selling all the jerseys. And we have to talk about this crash-out jar nonsense that they laughed about on the podcast. Marina joked about having a literal jar where she puts money every time she loses her mind on the court, claiming the money goes to charity. It sounds cute, right? It sounds like a quirky girl's girl moment, but let's call it what it is. It is the monetization of toxicity. It is an admission that she knows she is a liability. She knows she is a danger to other players, yet she treats it like a personality trait instead of a professional failure. If you worked at a bank or a hospital or a law firm, and you physically shoved a coworker because you were having a bad day, and then you said, "Don't worry, I put $20 in my crash-out jar," you wouldn't get a podcast appearance. You would get a restraining order. You would get fired. But in Kathy Engelbert's WNBA, you get a seat on a premier podcast with a legend like Sue Bird to laugh about it. And speaking of Sue Bird, her reaction tells you everything you need to know about the old guard mentality. Did Sue Bird stop the interview and say, "Marina, that's actually really messed up. You could have hurt her? No. She laughed. She enabled it. She normalized it. This is the systemic rot in the WNBA. The legends of the game are protecting the bullies because they share the same resentment. They are all part of the same clique that feels threatened by the Caitlin Clark economy. By treating a blatant physical attack as a heated basketball moment, they are validating the violence. They are telling the next generation of players that if a rookie comes in and steals your shine, it's okay to crash out on them as long as you make a joke about it later.
That was clear as hell. Caitlin's all woozy.
Her right eye is like black and blue.
Let's go deeper into the jealousy aspect, because the video touches on a moment that is absolutely heartbreaking and infuriating at the same time. Marina described the scene in the tunnel. She talked about walking through the tunnel in Indiana, trying to be friendly, trying to say hello. And what did she see? She saw Caitlin Clark, surrounded by thousands of fans. She saw security guards holding back waves of people begging for an autograph, a picture, a high five, and Marina Mabrey. She walked right by. Nobody asked for her autograph. Nobody screamed her name. She was invisible. That moment, that specific moment in the tunnel, is the root of the violence. It wasn't about the box score. It was about the relevance. Marina Mabrey realized in that tunnel that she was a footnote in Caitlin Clark's story. She realized that no matter how hard she played, the world was there for Caitlin. And that jealousy festered. It turned into anger. It turned into emotions of losing. And eventually, it turned into a shove in the back. Marina admitted that she saw the film later and thought, damn, that looks so bad. Yeah, Marina, it looked bad because it was bad. It was the visual representation of envy. It was a veteran trying to extinguish a light that was shining too bright for her eyes. The host of the video points out a devastating truth. Caitlin Clark is the most flagrantly fouled player in the history of the league. Statistically speaking, relative to her time played. She has been hit in the head, hit in the eyes, shoved, tripped and body-checked more than any player in recent memory. And for months, the league did nothing. They let it happen. Marina Mabrey's confession today is the proof we needed that the targeting was real. It wasn't a conspiracy theory invented by new fans. It wasn't crazy stans on Twitter making things up. It was a professional athlete admitting on a recorded line that she targeted a specific player because she was mad about the score and mad about the punking.
It was like, that was obvious that my emotions of us losing and losing and losing, and then she's like low-key punking our team on top.
This should be grounds for a retroactive fine. This should be grounds for a league investigation. But we know the WNBA won't do that. They want this to go away. They want us to think Marina is brave for being vulnerable about her emotions. No. Bravery is standing on the court and taking the hits Caitlin took and still dropping 30 points and 10 assists. Bravery is carrying a failing league on your back while your peers try to trip you at every turn. Marina Mabrey crashed out because she couldn't handle the heat. She admitted that she needs to stay away from that side, but the damage is done. The reputation of the WNBA veterans as gatekeepers and bullies has been sealed by one of their own. And let's look at the timing of this confession. Why now? Why admit this in the offseason? Because the narrative has shifted. Caitlin Clark won. She won Rookie of the Year. She made first-team All-WNBA. She brought the TV deal. She won the war. And now, the veterans like Marina are trying to rehabilitate their image. They are trying to rewrite history to say, oh, I was just emotional. I'm actually a nice person. They realize that if they want to be part of the future of this league, they have to kiss the ring. They have to apologize to the Golden Goose. This podcast appearance wasn't an accident. It was a PR move. It was an attempt to wash the blood off her hands before the next season starts. But the fans don't forget. We remember the cheap shots. We remember the crash out. And we remember the silence from the league when it happened. This confession vindicates every single fan who bought a 22 jersey and defended her online. It proves that we were the only ones seeing clearly. The players were jealous, the league was complicit, and Caitlin was the victim. So, where do we go from here? The WNBA has a choice. They can continue to let players like Marina Mabrey crash out with zero consequences, or they can start protecting their stars. Imagine if an NBA player admitted to targeting Victor Wembanyama because he was jealous of his height and fame. Adam Silver would suspend him for 10 games. The WNBA needs to find that same backbone. They need to realize that you cannot build a global brand if your product looks like a wrestling match where the heels are allowed to use chairs. To the old guard, your excuses are officially expired. You cannot hide behind competitiveness anymore. Marina just blew your cover. It wasn't competitiveness, it was insecurity. To the WNBA, protect your stars or prepare for a revolt, because the fans are not going to keep paying to watch their favorite players get assaulted by people who can't handle a loss. And to Caitlin Clark, you were right. Your game was so good, your presence was so undeniable, that it literally made them lose their minds. Marina Mabrey just handed you the ultimate win, and she didn't even realize she was doing it. The truth is out, and it's a beautiful, ugly, necessary thing to hear. The bullies are finally apologizing, not because they are sorry, but because they realize they lost. Stay loud, stay proud, and never let them crash out on your parade again. The revolution is here, and the receipts are paid in full.